Hi, I'm Eli, and we are back on the channel once again to discuss another Family Guy episode. This time we are discussing Season 5, Episode 4, titled Saving Private Ryan. And in this episode we get a classic Stewie and Brian adventure as they end up coming into the army somehow, and end up setting, they are sent off to Iraq while we get a B plot involving Chris becoming the lead singer of an emo gothic rock band of some sorts. So yes, no further ado. Hold the intro. So episode begins back at the school with an ad for the U.S. Army, and Chris goes back home and he's saying how excited, oh my god, Army is so cool, oh my god, I want to join.
The U.S. Army. Oh yeah! Your experience may differ.
I want to join, but Lowitz is like, no, you're way too young to join the army. However, Peter is actually down with the army as he thinks it's got a bunch of benefits that would benefit Chris and the fam. So both Lois and Peter, being such great parents they come to an agreement that instead of joining the army, Chris can just join an afternoon distraction of some sort to get his mind off the army. And that afternoon distraction ended up him joining an army band of some sorts. That's not the afternoon distraction I would think of, but that's what he does, you know.
Did you hear that? Guys, I think we just found our new lead singer.
So now we see Brian and Stewie in the car with Brian heading off to the army place to talk some shit due to him believing that the army is just brainwashing kids. Now I remember back in my day, and I feel old. I'm only 21. I feel kind of old. I would see the army people at school. Anyways, so as they go inside, Brian, it's like a 20-minute wait, whatever, right? So Brian starts to, hey yo, wait a minute, I'm gonna put some more money into the toy, no, not toy, the meter, into the meter. But then still being stupid, he goes inside and talks to the recruiter, and he sees some type of cool looking gun, right? And he said, fuck it, he ends up signing up for the army, and due to it being a $100 bonus for signing up a friend as well, he signs Brian up for an extra $100. Don't ever, if you're watching, I know you personally, don't ever sign me up for the army for $100. That's just $100 ain't enough. It's not enough at all. So now we get Stewie and Brian in the army at the full-on base, in the full-on costume, all that just jazz, you know. And we get the scenes of Brian being a slow ass that he is, because he's falling behind, and the sergeant is pretty much on his ass, like, nigga, get it together. What are you doing? Let's get it together. And pretty much, for example, he's behind the pack. He's running behind the pack. He's breathing super hard. He's breathing super hard, and the sergeant pretty much says like, if he don't get to the lead of the pack in like 5 seconds, the whole squad gets punished. And Brian, nigga, does not get shit together, and the whole squad ends up getting punished. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward to that nighttime, I believe. The sergeant finds Brian he ate a half-eaten pigeon.
Whose half-eaten dead bird is in this footlocker?
Let's say hypothetically that it does belong to someone in here. Would admission of that allow that person to keep it?
It looks nasty, Brian. Well, I know you're a dog, but come on, bro. What are you doing? Let's get it together. Come on now. And yeah, so Brian, as a packing, he said, fuck this, I'm gone. I'm not staying here. I'm not doing this. But Stewie ends up convincing him, saying, you always quitting, niggas. Let's lock in for once. And Brian pretty much says, finally, hi, you're my dog. All right, you're right. Let me finally lock in or something. You know what I'm saying? Let's finally not quit. Let's not be a loser. Let's not quit. And let's finally get something done. Now back to emo Chris. Back to emo Chris. We got him as band performing after the school dance. See, my school was never that cool where a band that was at that said school perform at that said dance. Like, that has never happened to me. I did go to some very small school stuff, so maybe that's the case, I don't know. But anyways, Chris's band are performing at the school dance, and they're probably performing one of the best songs of the entire show. Like, Band Guy got a lot of amazing ass songs, but me personally, it's probably top 5, look at top 3. Actually, I know that song is Eva Monkey. It is fire. It's a fire ass song, bro. It's a fire song.
Evil monkey! Evil monkey!
But back at the garage though, Chris has embraced this full-on gothic emo ass look, man. They're in the garage, they're rocking it out, as you might say, in 2005, 2004 terms. And then Peter and Lois attempt to be parents once again and saying, "That's not it, Chris. What the fuck, nigga? What are you doing, Chris? This is not you at all." But yeah, Chris ain't have none of it. He cursed them off and says, in his words, going to the park to Lotter, and ends up driving in the back seats of a motorcycle with Herbert, the pervert, the creep, and it's just, come on, that's like, what are you doing, bro? That's like, what are you doing? Back at the Griffin house, Chris is still very much against Peter and Lois, and that's Chris storms off in his emo stuff as usual. They notice Peter and Lois. They notice a Marilyn Manson poster. And then they decide to find him and get him to help Chris out or stop being disrespectful. And who would have guessed Marilyn Manson gives the best fucking life advice to an emo kid possible?
But respect for your elders is a tune we can all dance to.
Really?
Sure.
He says it's not cool. It's not hip to make fun of your elderly parents and everything. And then, yeah, the wise wisdom Marilyn Manson says that maybe Chris just was lacking some quality time with his parents and some good old-fashioned family love. And then Peter and Chris side go off. I forgot to do what? They go off on their own side. They're going to go do stuff. Pause. Not. Anyways, all is good in the Chris, Peter, Lois world. But back at that army base, it's time for the final test, the obstacle test. So far, everyone passed the test but Brian, right? So if Brian don't pass this test, nobody passed at all. So at first, the obstacle course, so normal army-based obstacle course, right? At first, they're going to do the tires, swinging on that swinging thing, you know what I'm saying, the basic stuff. Then it got weird. The obstacle course got weird. He had some weird Fine Waldo in it. He had to be a wigger. He had to get therapy to a girl. It was a lot going on. All right, it got weird. It got very weird. But somehow he ended up passing it. You know what I'm saying? He ended up passing it. But since they all passed, they're off to fucking Iraq now. No, not me, but
When you're all shipped off to Iraq.
What? Oh, don't worry. I'm sure he means Fraggle Iraq.
And of course, in Iraq, they play up all the stereotypical Family Guy, Iraq, stuff you would think of, you know what I'm saying?
I put on backpack, boom. Then I come back, big hero virgins.
Okay, yeah. See you in a few minutes, big hero.
But shots start flying, shit start going crazy, and what do they call Brian Stewie? It's like, fuck this, let me get out of here. Let me attempt to leave. So the first plan was okay. Stewie kind of took it too far because it's Stewie. He took it too far.
Any room for one more?
Hell yeah!
So second plan was for them to shoot each other in the foot. Probably the best scene of the entire episode right here was, so first Brian shoots Stewie, right? And then Stewie was supposed to shoot Brian, right? But Stewie sees how painful getting shot was, and Stewie says, fuck this, I'm not getting shot now. So you get this little them running in a circle with Brian keeps shooting Stewie in the foot, and he finally gets him. So far, it's the funniest scene of the entire episode, easily, hands down. And yeah, that didn't end up working, right? That didn't end up working. So, about the end, it turns out that democracy, in other words, democracy has kicked in, and just like that, that is over, man.
Democracy just kicked in!
And yeah, that was pretty much the whole episode. I answered some of the cutaway gags, you might say, but overall, that was the whole gist of this episode, very fun episode, season 5. Prime Family Guy, prime adults in the middle of the night watch Family Guy. And yeah, man, fun episode. Fun rewatching this again. And yeah, man. It produced one of the best songs of the entire fucking series, in my personal opinion. Evil Monkey. Yeah, it's a very fun episode to watch. I don't know. That's that. But yeah, guys, I'm off here. Love y'all, guys. Hee hoo.
Down on myself, hope you're doing well.